Hi, so I'm going to use this Devcon and we'll review if this Devcon plastic steel epoxy is good. I will be using it on my helmet mount because the GRX here, this is my helmet mount, and the GRX chin mount here does not fit 100% very well. The black part here is not attached, so now I think I'm using it for 3 months already, 4 months maybe, yeah, 3 to 4 months. And yeah, this is the status now, because every time you talk off the GoPro it looks like that. And as of this time doesn't looks very well, so I need to replace it. I need to replace the adhesive there. What I was thinking first is the Suguru rollable glue. However, one of my dorm mates, or my batchmates in college, said that the epoxy is much better. So I'm trying this one. This is the Devcon plastic steel epoxy, high strength. So I was actually asking the sales girl, and it says that this is the strongest one that among the available, because the PSI here is 2,500 pounds per square inch. That is the PSI strength of this Devcon plastic steel epoxy. It is waterproof, not flammable. Working range is negative 60 degrees Fahrenheit to plus 250 degrees Fahrenheit. So you need to mix them well. There is the resin and this is the hardener one. You need to mix it in equal parts. And working time in here is 20 seconds. The handling time is 2 hours. Working time is 20 minutes, I think. The girls told me that it should be 20 seconds. 20 minutes, and then the handling time is 2 hours. I think it is 20 minutes and 2 hours the handling time. So I read here is that the sets in 1/2 hour item can be handheld in 2 hours, full bond strength in 16 hours. So after 2 hours it is really good, but the sitting time is 16 hours. So what we need to do here, because I have already placed this is the original placement, and I like this placement very well, is that I have already cleaned it with an alcohol earlier, this part here. So I'm going to place some tape. This is actually a plaster. This is a 3M plaster that is used for medical purposes. So we'll try to, as much as possible, cover the outside part here, because we don't like the resin to be part of the helmet, because I don't know what is the color of this one. I think this is gray. So what we need to do, we will place a tape here so that the helmet will look good even after you place the epoxy. And I also don't want this middle part here to have some epoxy, so we will mark this one part here. We will mark it here so that we will tape the middle part. Now, okay, so this is really a wide area. I think the resin will no longer damage that part. So we will now remove this helmet mount. Try to remove this one. Actually, it is still quite sturdy. But it is really quite risky, so it's better to replace it now. So we will place the tape here where we mark it. So this is as good as one full tape. There. So we will clean this part. Okay. So we will now mix this epoxy. We'll just take this as the basis. So I think this is already too much. Should be the same size. It is quite sticky. So we'll place it here carefully. So for the moment, that is how it looks. We need to wait for half an hour. So I have already removed the tape that I placed here earlier to cover the to protect the helmet from the epoxy. It is not very perfect. My job is not very clean. However, I think it is good because the aesthetic of the helmet is not destroyed. The idea of placing the tape here is very good, and the epoxy is quite sturdy, I think. So you need to follow that the advice that it will set in 20 minutes. So what I can advise here is that you make the tape a little thicker, and then once the epoxy gets set a little, maybe 2 to 3 minutes, you wipe it off. You wipe the excess as thin as you can, because once the epoxy gets dry, it becomes very plasticky. So it is quite hard to remove the tape if it becomes the part of the epoxy. So as you can see, there is still a part here, part of the tape that I cannot get out. So there's a white line, but it's very thin. It is quite not noticeable, especially if you place the GoPro here and it covers there. And also this epoxy is quite shiny, so it becomes if you are very keen, you can see the shiny, but it's okay. I think this one is very sturdy. So as you can read here at the label, the strength of this epoxy is 2,500 pounds per square inch. So I think, I have no idea how that, but it sounds very strong, because the other one that I was actually thinking is lower than this. So the other thing that I can advise you also is that this one here that cost me 150 pesos, I think it's too much. The 75 pesos one I think is really too much, but I bought this one because I thought first that the 75 pesos one, this is 2 ounces, so that might be 1 ounce. I thought that it was not yet enough, but it turns out that that might have been already too much already. So if you have just a little amount, needs a little amount just for the helmet mount, I think the 1 ounce is already enough. So yeah, I think I can recommend this one. I can recommend this option here because it looks very sturdy actually. The only bad thing about using the epoxy is that how clean it would be when it is finished. So you really need to plan it very well. I have already shown you that example that I need to place the tape, that you really need to plan it well, because how good the result will be depends on how careful you work at it. But when it comes to how sturdy this thing, that this epoxy, I think it is very good. You just need to plan your work and just very careful how you work on it. Okay, so that's it. Just be careful when using the epoxy. Okay, thank you for watching.